Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to I Reasoning, Temple of Know Thyself. Today is the 31st of the 8th, 2025, and we're back again for another session. It's the end of the month, 4 months to the end of the year. We're just watching time fly by, and I just come here to hold a little reasoning and share my little thoughts, my little opinions. What can I say? I've grown one more year. This month, August, was my birthday, so I'm in the 49 crew. So next year I'll be in the 50 crew. We're not in no rush. We're taking it slow, step by step, as Buddha says, every journey begins with the first step. So we're just taking it easy and going with the flow. So we're just doing reflecting on life and what we've achieved and what we've done. I think, don't quote me on this, I think next month or the following month, I've been running this podcast for 2 years. So, that shows consistency, isn't it? And I've been committed. I'm on this journey of self-development, self-awareness, and it's working on myself, self-growth. It's about leveling myself up. I keep leveling myself up, wanting to do better than I did yesterday, last year. Setting myself new challenges and learning and reflecting. That's what the reflection is about. Reflecting on where I came from, where I am at, and where I want to go. So that's why I call it the Temple of Know Thyself. I reasoning. I come here just to share my opinion, share my thoughts. It's a diary of myself. I pray and I hope I can inspire somebody, but mainly it's for me. TikTok, because I do training. I like that TikTok. It always reminds me of what I did in 2024, especially with my training. It just randomly, like yesterday or Friday, was just say to me, this is what you did on the 30th. So I like that. I really appreciate that, because it just shows that what 1 year, same like me doing this podcast, where I've came from, how I'm growing, how I'm changing, the challenges and doing the things that I'm doing, putting myself out there and building my self-confidence, my self-esteem, my self-worth. That's why I do it. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, if you want to be successful, you gotta put yourself out there. And success is different for everybody. I'm just working on my personal development. That's why I call it the Temple of Know Thyself. I reason. I'm just reasoning with myself, basically, and creating a legacy, not just for me, but for my children to see a reflection of their father, or see an aspect of their father, or my grandchildren, they can listen to my voice and see the kind of person that I am, the person I'm becoming, and seeing the journey, because it's documented. You get what I'm saying? So it's interesting. It's interesting, you know what I mean? And as I said, there's only 4 months left to go. And I'm proud of myself, definitely, man. I'm proud of myself. And we keep changing. I remember when I first came here, still nervous, still mucking up with my words, but I'm just being consistent, and that's the key. At the moment now, I'm really listening to or studying Napoleon Hill, and he talks a lot about going after your goals and working on your goals, and that's the journey I'm at the moment now. And probably in the next 3 to 4 months time, I'm gonna cut back down on the I reasoning. Probably do that every 3 to 4 months. So for 2026, because 2024 I used to do it, I think, every week, and then I've gone to every month now, and then the following year. That's what growth is about, leveling up in it. It's learning. I can see, what do they say? The consistency that I've done, I've gained things. So I want to start doing a bit more traveling as well. So in the next couple of months, I should be booking a holiday and just go and have a break. Then I'll be off to Africa in the next couple of months as well. After that, when I come back, 2026 onwards, I'll be off to Africa, of course, to finish my home that I'm building there. Just out some small bits and pieces, but just to see where I came from. And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and just reflecting, like we're going to meet up next year, because it's their birthday, and we're going to reflect what we've learned in the last year. And that's what Napoleon Hill talks about finding the group of people, that your tribe of people, in other words. Find your tribe of people, and within that tribe have people to encourage you and motivate you. And one of the things that we were discussing the other day was that I was ahead of my time. I'm an immigrant, as you say, to this country. I'm in the UK. I'm from Guyana. I'm half Guyanese and half Portuguese, but my parents all live in Guyana. I don't speak Portuguese. I mean, it's part of my culture, but I don't speak it. And I came here between the age of like 9 going 10, and we were talking about like foreigners coming into the country, and our mentality. I'm only speaking from my perspective. Our mentality is that we're hustlers, because I came here, I didn't really know nobody because I left all my friends, but I've always had this hustler mentality and wanted to succeed because of the environment I was in. So from 10, in my 20s, I went to university, struggled, but passed. And even me, I'm learning from the studying that I'm doing that you have to be careful, because words are spelled, isn't it? So it's on learning, as I say, it's about leveling oneself up. And when I'm reflecting, so in my 20s, I went to university, and I met my ex-partner. I used to tell her that, you know what, before I have a son or a child, I want him to travel, because one of my greatest experience was when living in Guyana. I used to travel a lot. We're next to the sea, going to all these little islands, and you can fly to another country or get a boat to another country. And I just remembered as a child sitting in the guava tree and climbing mango tree and just having freedom, basically. You know what I mean? So when I met her, I was telling her, like, I want my child to have that experience. So I said, yeah, because when I was like, I can remember like 6, 7, it's just a wonderful experience that I had. So I said, when my children are like 6, 7 years old, I love them to be abroad. And fast forward, I've got twins. It's the same woman, man. I've always been with the same woman from when we were young. I've been with her 20-something years, but things didn't work. I met her from 18. We separated in our 40s. So I've only got children with one woman. when my son was 7, so I've got twins, a boy and a girl, and then I have my older son. He's at university at the moment now. When he was 7 years old, because we used to have this conversation, exactly at 7 he was abroad. And that's what I'm saying about how words are powerful manifestation. And I was saying to her, yeah, before my son come, I must have a business. I still remember, she'll tell you this. I must have a business, a driving license, and I must have a home. And I achieved all of that at the age of 30. So imagine from being in the country at age 10, and within 20 years, I was able to have a driving license, have my own business, and I bought my first property at 30 years old. I was like, rah, when I'm just reflecting, because now I'm 49, and it's reflecting that how powerful words are, and the things that if you put your mind to, you can achieve. And just, it's your environment sometimes can change your perspective. I would say to my children, your knowledge is based on your circumference. So if you live in a certain area, that's the way you see life. So I say to my son, look, I always give them competition, healthy competition, because my uncle taught me that. He's like, I'm using it now in this context of this conversation. He's like, why do you keep saying you're dyslexic? He's a very good mentor to me. And he's like, you just have to do 15 minutes of reading. And that's why I came and said, let me do this conversation that I have on the internet to break the mold of how I thought, how I think, and stop putting these labels on yourself. Because sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. That's what I'm saying, words are powerful. It's just that my style of learning is different. I'm a hands-on person, very creative. That's my personality. I'm not a book person. However, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. My son is a well-read person. I'm the one who sat down and used to teach him how to read because I didn't want him to be like me. So he just taught me not to think like that. So that's why I do these programs, to show you different aspects and different. But because of my words are so powerful, they compensate for me not reading. But I read. I'm not just the best reader. I just put that label on myself. I can read. Well, you have to read if you go to university. You can't just blag it all the way, you know what I mean? I did get help, but you can't blag it all the way, you know what I'm saying to you? So I can read, but I'm not maybe at the level as somebody else. But there are levels to everything, isn't it? However, I use my interpersonal skills for other things, and that's the word about talents. I use other talents that I have to manifest things that I wanted. Hence why I said I ran my business, and my business was mentoring. I got into mentoring young people, and then when I had enough money, I bought a property and I started housing people who are ex-offenders, because I was a little troublesome person as well. So I thought, you know what, let me just mentor these people because I can relate to them. I was a very mischievous young man back home. So I kind of got into that, did that for a couple of years, and then I stopped because it was difficult to get contracts, you know what I'm saying? However, it just showed me the mentality that I had, that anything I put my mind to, I could achieve. And it's about having the right people around you. So in the beginning, I come from a business people. We still have a pub to this day that I grew up with, that kind of gave me a foundation of business. So they say like the first 7 years or 8 years of a child, it's like a sponge. It absorbs the environment or the people around them if they're nurtured correctly and rightly. So I was in that environment. I worked in a pub, so I saw business and I understand business. I did not like school, so maybe that's what happened. I just went to that side. So that's always been some aspect of me. That's given me my own leadership. I've always been my own leader in my own way and doing my own things. Hence why I'm here doing this. I'm always a creator. And that's like a God within you. It's talents. So it's about utilizing your talents. So that's what about reflecting is about, and doing things. and listening to your inner voice to help you to achieve the things that you want in life. So I achieved those things. I got my house, got my business, and got my driving license. And my son, 7 years old, he was abroad. Then I sold my property. I never had no mentors around me. I wish I did, because I would have learned about equity. I would have taken our equity and kept the property, because that property would have worth a lot of money. But we live and learn, isn't it? So I had a 2-bedroom property. I took that, I sold it, and I created a 4-bedroom property, because I had 3 children. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make a room for each of my children. So I'm mortgage free on that side, and we created a 4-bedroom property from that 2-bedroom property I sold. So I've grown. So from 30, having a property, sold in within I sold it at the right time as well. Bought it at the right time, sold it at the right time. So at 49 now, so that's 19 years later, I'm mortgage free. From being from Guyana, and have gone to Africa now. So I'm mortgage free in Africa. I'm over here. I have a property over here. I'm still paying on that, but I'm just working now. Maybe I've got some land in Guyana. Maybe I go back and make some investment in there and build another home. I mean, it's something I'm thinking about. We shall see how that goes. But it's just about reflecting, because I'm going to be 50, and I'm like, you know what? What's the next chapter of my life in the next 11, 12 months? What do I want? Where do I want to go? How do I want to level up? So that's what I'm reprogramming myself now. That's why I call it Temple of Know Thyself. I come here and reason, and I said my children to listen to this, to the audience, if I can help you, motivate you, because sometimes we don't have a lot of teachers around us. We don't have people to show us the way. I'm fortunate I have some people, but the rest of it I'm learning. No one ever taught me to be a father, because my father wasn't around. So I'm learning as I'm going. So as you always hear me say, my first son taught me to be a man. My second children taught me to be a father. They're 2 different people. So for me now, I'm looking at what's next for me. So I will be cutting back a little bit from the podcast, and I'm still training. I started at like 6 days a week, then I dropped down to 5. Now I'm at 4, and then I'm going to do 3 weeks, because I've the goals I've set for myself, I'm achieving them. So I don't need to be that extreme anymore. Yeah, I said to myself, like, I want to enjoy life a bit more. That's the next phase of my life. Enjoy and understanding who I am. Hence why I created this I and I Reason, Temple of Know Thyself. Really get to know who I am and find out about the other talents that I have in me that I have not utilized to the best of my abilities. Les Brown always talks about, like, one of the wealthiest places in the world is the graveyard, because many of us have dreams and aspirations and we are never able to achieve it. And as I said, some of the situations that I've learned for the last couple of weeks and years I'm going through, I always look at the positive side, even though you might say it's a negative thing. What I always say to myself, I'm learning, what can I learn from it? That's what I'm learning. Or why did that happen? Or how can I do it different? And I'm learning it's about the question. So when I'm using the scenario about saying dyslexic, I might not be the best reader, but I'm the best creator. So I might lack in this field, but gain in this field. And because of that situation, how I think allows me to achieve my goal. I compensate for not being able to be good at this particular thing of what I think what good is. You understand? As I said, I'm not the best reader, but I have the imagination to create things and the determination to go after it. And it's not motivation, I have that willpower with me. Once I put my mind to something and I create an environment for myself, I'm able to achieve my goal. Now, does it come straight away? No. It takes some time. It took me 10 years to achieve building the home that I have abroad. It's my holiday home. You know what I'm saying? So it's taking time, but it's the consistency. Same with doing this podcast. It's the consistency. It's the challenge that I gave myself. I'm saying to myself, okay, you want to build your self-esteem. You want to build your self-worth. I'm going to put you on the internet where you will be criticized, where you will be judged. Let's see how you deal with that. And then that forms the basics of my character. That shows how strong I am, how willing and able I can be consistent. Because I said, in the next, I think 2 months or a month and a half, whatever it is, I've been consistent for 2 years. So the following year, I can just wind down now, because I came here to do something. And I'm halfway through it while it's reflecting. Because if you follow me back from a year ago, you'll hear me stuttering and talking about these 10, 6, 8 weeks programs that I used to do and be consistent about it. And reflecting, I've grown. I have physically seen myself grown. Mentally, financially, emotionally, I have grown. I've seen myself grown. Is there still baggages I have to work on? Yes. And even my language is changing. That's what I'm saying. I'm reflecting on my words and how powerful words are. It reminds me of where I came from and where I have to go, and to utilize my talents that I have, that we all have, to the best of my ability before I leave. And I have many different talents. So that's what I'm talking about leveling oneself up. And I hope that inspires you or sparks something within you. Yeah. That you can realize that you have talents, and whatever it is, just go after it. Because you only have one life, and I have many people around me who are young, who are old. Some are passing away when they're young and they're old. And I want to travel next, because I want to go back to the things I did as a child. I love traveling. Traveling exposes you to things that you're not aware of. It broadens the mind. It shows you things that you never thought about. And that's why I have these conversations, to stimulate myself and share my opinion. Because if you're the smartest one in the group, then you need to get out of that group. You need to stop intellectually masturbating, basically. Go and see something different. Go and do something different. So if someone who came from Guyana came to the UK, bought a property, just because of the vibe that I was on, and when I was resonating, I was like, I don't want to live here, I want to go somewhere else. So I went to Africa. I said, okay, let me build something. And I managed to achieve it. Well, I have achieved it, and it's a legacy. And also, it's like I do like finance. So it's a form of business. It's an equity that grows. And if my children do turn around and say they don't want it, then it's an investment that we can utilize. It's creating legacy for our children. You understand? So yeah, that's what it's about. It's just I reasoning, temple of know thyself. I ain't got nothing. I'm a student. I'm just learning. I'm just reflecting. It's just about reflecting and stimulating you in some way. And my children and my grandchildren to hear the person who I am and the person I'm becoming, where I came from and where I want to go. I want to achieve more. And it's not about the money for me. Yeah. I have a joke. Money is like I call it's like a crackhead. She's always looking, or he is always looking for me. I don't chase money. That's my motto. I never chase money and women. That's my motto. I just be myself. Because when you go looking for something, no, it doesn't work that way. I just focus on the things that I need to do and I find that I'm attracted to those people, and that's why Napoleon Hill talks about. I listen to him a lot. He's one of my invisible mentor. I study him almost every day. Yeah, focus on yourself, on developing yourself, and you attract those things will come to you so easy. And he talks about, like, because I understand it, if you can show value in looking after £1, then you would easily, the opportunity will come for you to be a millionaire very easily once you put your mind to it. You understand? Because abroad I'm a millionaire. My property, I'm in shillings, I'm a millionaire. My property is double the price within 10 years. Yeah, but that was not the intention. I didn't go there. I just wanted to build a home. I just wanted to just be free or out the matrix. I just wanted to do something. But the reward, that's what I'm saying, the reward comes after it. So the value has gone up, and every year it goes up because the area develops. But that was not the intention. That's what I'm saying to you. If you value the little things, you will reap the rewards for the bigger things later on in life. So that's why I work on myself, know myself, temple of know thyself, and reflecting, what can I do different, and how can I grow, and what can I improve on, and so forth and so forth. So yeah, in the next couple months time, I'll drop down to like 3 months. And my training, I've hit my personal goal is to train for 18 months, which will be my 50th birthday, and I'm halfway there already. I'm very proud. That's why I said I love when TikTok shows me my previous things, what I've been doing from 2024. I'm in 2025. I've got 4 more months and the year is finished, and then after that we're counting down to 8 months to my birthday again. God willing, you know what I'm saying to you. So I'm just showing you about the mind. The mind is very powerful. Yeah, and then after that, I'm saying to myself, I'm traveling, man. I want to travel a little bit. There's no point having money and keeping it, and then you're just like, nah, man. It's a currency, isn't it? You have to spend the money, and then the money comes back to you. That's the way I look at it. As I said, money is my friend. It says to me, yeah, it was always looking for me, or opportunity seems to be always looking for me, and I think it's just my attitude, my mentality, the person who I am. I'm attracted to that. People like that vibe about me. They trust me. And as I say, I do partner. My own version of partner. Basically, I give out money and people pay me back in interest. Yeah, the government do it. Why can't I do it? So that's what we do. But anyway, my people, that's my little I reasoning for the end of the month. We got 4 more months left, and then 2026 is here. So you have a blessed and wonderful one, and may God bless you. May your head be anointed, and keep doing you, and take care. I look forward to seeing you next month. God bless. All right, my people, enjoy your day.